everybody. I wanted to jump on here and do a little flip through of my latest creation, and a little backstory about it. Not there's a whole lot of backstory, but anyways, I created a journal using this book. This is a children's book called More by I.C. Springman, and it's illustrated by Brian Lies. It was a fun little book. I bought it offline because I wanted to do a storybook journal, another one, and I wanted to. I've got this inkling, and it still hasn't been quenched to do a crow journal, and so I thought this was a cute little magpie that I could work with. My thought process was that I would do a storybook journal. But I got this book in the mail. I hadn't read it or seen the inside of it. And it was a big, long storybook, which, a children's book, which is good for a storybook journal. The big pages and all that. And turned out that, of course, there's a story there, but there's not many words to the story. So it was kind of tricky to do any kind of a storybook journal. So I decided not to do a storybook journal, but I would just create a journal and call it Magpie Menagerie. As those of you who know a little bit about magpies and crows and ravens and blue jays, they're all in a family of birds that they're kind of I guess they could be considered bullies in the bird world, but I don't claim to know a lot about them, but I do know that they like to collect things. Like this little guy has a marble and some twigs in his beak, but they like to collect things, shiny things, and you can befriend that class of birds, crows, ravens. You've probably heard, if you befriend one of them, they'll bring you trinkets and things of that nature. And I just am fascinated by that. I see a handful of crows at my work in the parking lot, and I see a handful of crows out front, but I've yet to befriend any of them. So maybe it's a dream of mine. But anyways, I think it's fun to play along with the thought of little bird collecting all these things. So I took this book, and as you can see, I gutted it, and it's no longer. The premise of this story was kind of cute. It was about a magpie and a little mouse, and the magpie kept bringing stuff to the nest, and kept bringing stuff to the nest, and bringing stuff to the nest, and it finally got to where there was more than enough stuff, and his nest broke out of the tree. All of his stuff went everywhere, and so they kind of went through and cleaned it out, and so they downsized a little bit. So anyways, it's a cute little story. Not a lot of words, but I dismantled the book and used it as pages in this new book. So Magpie Menagerie. So yeah, I've created a new book. This is using a vintage book, like a 2-inch spine, I believe. I didn't remake the spine. I just kept this book as is. It was black cover. I don't even remember the title, but I covered it with fabric, and I did a 5-hole stitch using some natural jute to tie it in. The front cover, this brown pattern, brown paper, is from the book. The first couple of fly pages where it's smooth, but it looks like natural tweed or fibers. So I used a piece of that. You'll see it throughout this book as well. I also used this image, and I do believe, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe this is a photo of a magpie that was Cindy at Studio Lou. I'm a member of her Patreon, and each month she does a journal together kit with images and as part of her Patreon, and have access to these images and all that. And this is one of her images, I do believe. It's a really pretty image. Magpie, and he's piled up on some coins and all sorts of little stuff he's collected. I glued and Mod Podged it to the cover of this book, and then I added my own things. There's a chess piece, some buttons, a coin, some jewels. Down here there's a little domino, some more jewels and buttons, some more coins, some bingo chips. Just kind of added my own stuff. So it is 3D. It's raised. You can feel them. So that makes up the cover. It is tied. It's eyelet holes tied with some natural looking ribbon. Nothing special there. The dangle is a permanent dangle. It doesn't come off. It's tied into the book. And there's more of the menagerie hanging on this charm. There's some buttons and some beads and some keys and a paper clip and all sorts of... There's another checker piece. Just kind of tied into the dangle. Fun little effect. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Here is more of that fly paper. I did it on the inside covers from the original book. So the images, this is the imagery from the book. You can see it's bright, colorful, very fun images. This is a picture of the magpie feather, because this actual image is from the point when the nest falls and he falls under all of his stuff. So anyways, you can see this imagery throughout this book. There's a Lego and a screw that's from the book. So yeah, I just thought it was really bright and playful and fun. I've done the matching green on the inside, glued on the inside spine. The front cover and the back cover both have a little pocket created out of some painty paper and some scrapbook page. This one has a little Tinker Toy block on it. What's tucked in is from an Audubon, I think it's an Audubon book, but it was about the American magpie. So basically it's just kind of a little rundown about the American magpie, and then this little image was so cute. He's kind of upside down. I just thought it was cute and playful. So they're tucked in the front and back covers. And so let's just jump into it. I've got just some regular, it's not scrapbook paper, but it's nice, writing paper throughout these different tan and natural light colors. Also used some coffee dyed paper throughout. So you'll see that, and you'll see the I can't find my words tonight, the tan writing paper, cardstock type paper. Image from the book. Created a little journal card tucked into a tuck spot here. This is from the book as well. It's kind of hard to see because this image part of it was dark. You can see here, but it's all his pieces. There's a tack and a playing piece and a bottle cap. Again, image from the book. This is some scrap music sheet writing paper. You'll see it throughout as well. Just some extra journaling space. These, there's 7 or 8 of these throughout. This is a sticker, jelly printed, a sticker that's made for my friend Mary Ellen at Red Parrot. She takes some labels, like some regular labels that you would print on, and she jelly prints on them. And this was a sheet, and you'll see it in some of the others really well, but it's got little gears and cogs and all that. The colors worked out well. Just kind of give it a little pop of color throughout. So you'll see those throughout. Some scrapbook paper. Again, here is, I kind of tried to keep the story in sequence. You know, he starts out with an empty nest of one marble, and that's something. And then he finds a little block. He's bringing the block to the nest. So it kind of starts out pretty simple, but then later in the book you'll see that he's got all this menagerie built up. This image is from, I've got to write that down, an Etsy shop, Raven Design. I'll have to write it. I'll have to find it, write it down, or tag it below. Etsy shop image. She has a couple of different sets. One's like cogs and togs, and the other's, I don't know, it's kind of like bits and pieces or whatever. I'll add it to the description. But anyways, these are from her kits. So you'll see this imagery throughout as well on some of the cards and things like that. It's just really grungy looking pieces of things. Tags and pieces of things and all that. So writing space, plenty of writing space throughout here. Here's a little pocket image from the book. That's a mouse bringing a ball, and there's a dice and a card. This little taggy here, this is another image. These little tags are images from the same kit that this is. You'll see them throughout, but a handful of them I've bradded on here, so they're kind of, you can move them around. Here's a little magpie guy from the book. Turned him into a journal card. More writing space with the music sheet paper tucked in there. This folds out more imagery from the book. This is from another Audubon type book, the Black-billed Magpie. Turned it into a journal card. This is another one of the imagery from the Raven Designs kit. And then I've added the scraps of the music writing sheet. Plenty of journaling space. Another image from the book. So now he's got a Lego and he's got a coin in his mouth, and it says a few. He's got a marble and he's headed to his nest. This book has 4 signatures. I don't know how many pages. I never count the pages for whatever reason. I don't know. Here is another journal tag made out of the one of the kits. This pocket is made from imagery from the book. A little snippet cut out from the book. So here is the close-up of the nest with the Lego and the marble, and he has several now. Here's another one of Mary Ellen's stickers. He's going for more. This is a magpie image from one of the Audubon books. It flips out. It turns out it's a bradded in. The back side has journaling space. Just tucks in right there. An upper tuck spot image from the book. This is an image. I don't recall where I got this image. It was in my stash. Just some trinkets and things. Made a journal card out of it. Tucked it in there. Writing space. More image from the book. So here he's got some sunglasses and some beads. And a pacifier and some pearls and a spoon and a little stopwatch. He just keeps bringing more and more. Writing space out of the music sheets. Here's some more of those little tags from the kit. Here is our magpie friend and our mouse friend holding a chess piece and a marble. A tag tucked in here. Some painty page that I have quite a stash of. And then on the back side is a library card a little tuck spot. This is a, I'm going to say it's some sort of playing card. I'm not sure what game, but it's got a little crow magpie on the back of it that tucks in there. More writing space. There he is with some keys. There's his big foot on a coin. I don't know if you can see that. It's such a glare with this shiny paper. A little pocket with another one of the braided pieces. This is a journal card with our magpie friend, and the little scrap of a image with a whole bunch of fun stuff on it. Open it up, journal writing space. This was done on that tweed paper. This is a folded over tuck spot pocket. More writing space tucked in here. This is a little cluster. There's a couple of these in here. This was sent to me in some Happy Mail from Mar Crafting. She's on YouTube, on Insta, on TikTok. Certainly check her out. I'll try to remember to tag her below as well. Image from the book, another one of the tags hanging here. Writing space. On the back side is another one, part of the dark image from the book. It's got a comb and a screw and all sorts of fun stuff on it. Another image from the kit has a little flip out writing space. Image from the book. You can see the mouse is in the tree, and there's a nest full of stuff and another nest full of stuff. Here he is bringing more stuff. Here's a tuck spot image from the book. A little writing space with some more image from the book. Journal card tucked in there. Like I said, there's plenty of writing space here. This is image from the book. See his backside and all his stuff in his nest. And the question is, enough? He's bringing 1 cent in, and here's his nest full of all sorts of stuff he's collected. Here he is again with some more. This is a loose journal card. It's not clipped in or tucked in. It's just kind of folded in here. This is from, I have a book of some digital imagery. So you'll see it throughout my stuff because I've been using the images wherever I can. But this is 2 magpies. Looks like on a video camcorder thing with the ribbon all strung out. Turned it into a journal card. Just kind of sits in there. Nothing special to it. And pocket with imagery from the book. Another one of those tag pockets with a crow playing card in it. This says plenty. You think he's got plenty now. He's a block and a bracelet and a little chest piece. A bit much. You see, these are the words in the book, so there really wasn't a lot of words to the story. So it's kind of hard to do a storybook journal. But I tried to kind of keep it in line. This is another imagery from the art book that I have, the digital imagery. Turned it into a journal card. Here's the other cluster from Mar Crafting. More journaling space here. This is from the title page of the book. Tucked in here, this little pocket made from imagery from the book. More writing space card tucked in here. This is another one of the images from that kit with a little scrap of the writing space, or the music writing paper. This says much, and you can see here's a nest here full of stuff and full of stuff and full of stuff. So he's got a bit much, that's for sure. Just more imagery from the book of all his nest full of stuff. He's got everything, a little bit of everything. So there's a big pocket, got a little journal card made from image from the book of the little guy, the little magpie guy sitting on the tree branch. And then here is just a fold out piece of the journal paper. This kind of tucks in there like this. There's another one of the braided little cards. Here's another one of Mary Ellen's stickers. More writing space. Here's our little magpie friend with all of his stuff. There he is with his mouse friends amongst all of his stuff. And here he is. He's got his hands full and his beak full. All sorts of stuff. Way too much. The mouse has decided he's got way too much. Much too, and I think this on the other side says much, so much too much. This is a cutout from one of the Audubon books on a black-billed magpie. Nothing really fun in this part. It's just kind of talking about the kind of the history of the magpie. It is a twist out, so you can write below it. Tuck it in there. Other side of the imagery from that kit. Got some writing space. And last but not least is a pocket with the image from the book and a little braided tag. And then another big journal card made out of the imagery from that kit. And here we are to the end. So that is what we have for the Magpie Menagerie. I had a lot of fun doing this. I kind of have been working on this in my brain for a long time. The part about having stuff on the front and stuff, you know, dangling from the side that really had no rhyme or reason. And then again was provided this beautiful image of a magpie, and so I just went with it. I was initially starting out thinking of a crow journal, but it turned into a magpie journal. So, and I'm okay with that because he's a cute little guy. Again, this was taken from the book More by I.C. Springman, illustrated by Brian Lies. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this hardback cover now. I may turn it into something else. Who knows? But all the pages of the book are in here. Waste not, want not. I didn't end up with very many scraps. I tried to utilize as much of it as I could. And I try to do that with my books if I tear them up. So, if I can. So yeah, there you have it. Magpie Menagerie. I hope you enjoyed it. It will be up on my Etsy for sale as soon as I can get pictures of it and get it posted. And thanks for joining me as I flipped through and showed you my latest creation. We will talk to you soon. Bye for now.